Так, зараз огляд матчу, в якому зіграє Lisowski і Slessor. Lisowski 12-й в рейтингу, Slessor 57-й. І грається турнір British Open. Також на цьому турнірі грає Ронні Саліван, який виграв свій матч 3-го раунду і вийшов 4-й раунд турніра British Open. Марк Селбі, який вчора програв свій матч. Джо Хіггін, Шон Мерфі, Інджер Ху, Керрі Вілсон, Ніл Робертсон, Джей Трамп. Так, матч грається 7 фреймів. Початок першого фрейму. Лісовський забиває червоний шар в ліву лузу. Там вихід на синій шар. Забиває в середню лузу. Там Лісовський набирає 48 очок в першому фреймі.
Golden chance to.
Так далі на Лісовського. І Лісовський виграє перший фрейм з рахунком 96-0. І веде в цьому матчі 1-0 по фреймах. Так, початок другого фрейму.
Hence the red going astray. The first he forced. And that's why Cahill will be. Again, they get. Just wide enough. Cause problem. Did cause a problem. Still. Did
Так, початок другого фрейму.
strong start to this season.
And it checked the cue ball and stopped it running back across the table, which would have left a red on. Oh, that's a beauty. Oh, I can't believe he's played.
He's more than capable of adapting his game. So we had a couple of surprise winners in the first.
Got to take them.
Yes, I think. But he knows his game.
And that was still a
To lose 4-3 at about 1:45 in the morning.
Oh, that's a beauty. Great shot. Blue to be able to get back to the reds. And that's just needs to keep running. Doesn't disturb the reds. It was never.
Up to the line. Never phased by being.
Oh, beautiful. Again. Good pot.
And that clawed his way.
And it made the difference. Yeah, good pot. Choosing the blue, spread nicely. He didn't catch them full, and he could.
33. 30.
Chance.
60.
50 line. Spent 4 straight years at world number.
90. 100.
For over 18 months.
140.
A 127 total clearance. That.
Great pot. And that was the day.
Played in a high-quality Shanghai Masters semi-final.
Good pot.
16. 22. 37.
Yet.
45. 51.
He's 8th in the all-time. Another excellent, but this is rather different. Yes, and the quicker against Mark Davis.
But he's missed the black.
15.
Так, початок
He's right
другого
to the
фрейму.
middle.
Top. Mark Selby with a very efficient, and he's just neat. Mark Selby, meanwhile, the players in the game, is eyeing a 20.
Times he played really well last week. I thought in Cheltenham, just lost out to Mark Selby in the quarterfinals in a decider. Produced an extraordinary clearance in round 2 to see off Sean Murphy. Elliot Slessor here, he's ranked 58 in the world from the northeast of England. As the players settled down ready for match 2 on this session on table 1. As I say, they've not had to hang about backstage too much longer than the actual predicted start time. So the winner will play Zhang Anda, Jack Lisowski, to get us underway in this best of 7 encounter with Elliot Slessor. As I said, Joe, you know, following Ron is not easy, but if anyone can make the game look maybe almost as easy, it's Jack Lisowski.
Yeah, he does make the game look easy, doesn't it? But who does it like Ronnie O'Sullivan? What a classic match has just been on. They've got something to follow there, haven't they? But yeah, if I'm going to watch anybody, it's going to be Ronnie O'Sullivan, Jack Lisowski, Judd Trump. I love watching those type of players. You never know what you're going to get. But make no mistake, Elliot Slessor can play. He's been in 2 semi-finals. You don't get there without being a great player.
I think the key thing from that interview that we saw at the start with Alan McManus was Lisowski is now comfortable playing on the main table. I think early in his career he was definitely nervous, but he's had so much experience, of course, the last few years. And that could be a factor in this match.
Yeah, it certainly makes a difference playing on this main table, the match table. Television lighting is a little bit different. The table seems to run a little bit quicker. And this table for me is playing a little tighter than normal. Shouldn't do, because they all fit the templates.
Well, just one meeting between them, the Welsh Open 2022. It was a round 3 match. Lisowski won 4-2. Yeah, Slessor, he's a pretty confident character. He's got, of course, a good practice base in the northeast, along with obviously Gary Wilson and various other players there. John Ashley, Sam Craigie, David Lilly. It's a good little crew of players from that part of the world. Played at the Crucible for a second time last season. Actually drew Gary Wilson, which was not ideal, because I guess they would have been practicing together normally in the run up to the championship, but that had to stop. And he has already qualified for the 2 Chinese events coming up, Slessor, the Wuhan Open and the International Championship. So I think overall he's feeling pretty good about things. Lisowski's also qualified for them.
Well, that finished up pretty good. Just caught it a little bit thin, didn't play in behind the green. Always happy, always seeing the ball land there. Not quite the snooker.
Yeah, if you've been watching all afternoon and you're wondering what this is, it's called safety play. There wasn't a lot of it in the first match. Almost centuries flying in. Four in total in the match. 3 from O'Sullivan.
Yeah, he's a very attacking player.
Так, початок
Lisowski,
другого фрейму.
as that shot told you, could have easily played safe from that red by the back line. He wants to keep the game flowing, doesn't want to get involved in too much safety. I know he's got to play it, as everybody has. If there's a shot to go for, he's likely to go for it.
Yes, Slessor clearly will feel that the safety will be important in this match. He knows that Lisowski can be pretty devastating at getting in and then staying in, making breaks, so he wants to try and contain him.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit cleverer, Jack Lisowski. He could have sent that red down the table, couldn't he? The one that he was closest to a moment ago, but that would have left Slessor with an easy safety from the red by the back line. So that was a very clever safety that Jack played a moment ago. Great pot. Great pot. And those are the kind of shots that Slessor just cannot afford to leave Jack Lisowski. Again, very clever positional shot. Look where the cue ball is. He hadn't left the red in the baulk area. And yet, if it goes in, he's on one of the baulk colours. Very clever. And now he's in. Black's tied up for the moment. Pink available. Trying to work out a way of opening those reds up. And he could leave an angle on one of the baulk colours here to try and do that. Chose to play on the blue, just come a little bit too far, but he's okay on the pink. Well, that's a terrific positional shot. That's the only red that would go into that left corner. And he's played it inch perfect. You can almost see him trying to work out how to get these reds open. And it's one of those, isn't it? If he plays a deep screw back, he's cannoning that other red. So very difficult to have got to a colour there.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
Well, that was a very good kiss on the brown. Nearly going in that corner. That was a good kiss because he would have been on the red and he missed the brown.
Yeah, I think we've already seen a slightly different approach between the two. I mean, Lisowski's been very attacking. He didn't have to take that yellow on. He got nowhere near it, actually. As Joe said, he was fortunate to catch the brown. Slessor, I think, is more of a percentage player. So if Lisowski's going to take them on today, he's going to have to get them. Because if he does leave chances, Elliot Slessor, of course, more than capable of punishing him. And the table just opening up a bit now.
Not sure if he's got the snooker, but it was a very good attempt. No, he hasn't. And it's looking to see where he wants the cue ball. They've played once before, David mentioned. And it was in one of these home nations. 4-2 to Jack Lisowski.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scramble, isn't it? The sort of best of seven stage of these tournaments. There's so many matches to play. I mean, Mark Selby yesterday had to play two, and of course, in the second one, you could see the exhaustion set in. But if you can scrap your way through to Friday, then you must seriously fancy your chances of success. So that's the plan here for the, I guess, the top players. Just try and avoid the banana skins in the early rounds. Of course, if someone would not done that.
Yeah, get to the best of 9 stage.
Mark Williams this morning superb from 3-1 down against Xiao Guodong. You know, again, that could have been sticky for him, but of course he's riding the crest of a wave at the moment and booked his place in round 3.
Yeah, that's a better shot. getting the cue ball over the left side of the table, it makes things so much more difficult for your opponent. There's no easy path back to baulk now. As I say, Jack is learning the safety game. Another clever shot there. The red just to the left of the pink. He may be able to play that one, get the cue ball back down the table. May even go into that left corner pocket. Be a good shot. Oh, something's gone in. Not the right colour though.
Так,
Elliot Slessor.
початок другого фрейму.
Yeah, and the problem is he's played a pretty good safety, but I think he'll be putting himself now, obviously after the foul. That's the option. But for the yellow going in, that would have been right.
Yeah, some good safety shots coming out from both players here. Good one from Elliot last time round, and look at that. Yeah, it's good to watch century breaks, but also good to see good safety.
Yeah, and as you can see, it has been good so far for both players.
And that's a mistake. But nothing easy left, if anything. It could have been a lot worse, that, for Elliot Slessor.
Lisowski beat Matthew Stevens in round 1, 4-1. Slessor beat Ryan Davies. He was one of the English wildcard entries, the 2 wildcards for the local nation. He beat him 4-2.
Terrific pot. Played with a lot of right-hand side on the cue ball to avoid the reds. Great pot. Deserved to be on a colour. Look at the white ball here. Checking back down the table. Away from the reds. Very difficult shot to play that. And another very attacking shot coming up. I think again. Again, showing patience. I thought he was going to play the blue, but it's a better shot to play.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because earlier on he took that yellow one, which was quite low percentage really, but this time, maybe because things have opened up a bit more, he has played the snooker. I mean, nobody wants to turn Jack Lisowski into some gnarled grinder, clearly, but you just have to weigh it up as you see it at the time, and at that point you thought, okay, it's time to keep things tight. All the balls to find.
Yeah, and he's left the red on, I think. We'll soon find out. Nope, back it goes. Can't quite see enough of that red.
Terry Camilleri from Malta in charge here.
Elliot was trying to hit the reds just above the black. Those two reds just above and to the left of the black. Just trying to nestle up onto those two.
Так, початок
Yeah, they're just checking
другого фрейму.
on the screen. It's just a marginal. Red is marginally out, I think.
Yeah, I think Elliot was questioning the black, but looks to be okay. And that was a lot more pacier. And I think this time he has left a red onto the left corner. But can I get to a colour from it? Such cue power. And he'll be okay with that. Just blue to the corner, not too difficult. Might just give that red next to the blue a little nudge, and that would free the blue. It didn't look as though I was playing it. Oh, the blue's okay anyway.
So this is a good chance now. He's already got a useful lead. This is where focus and concentration is so important.
Well, yeah, you called it, but, you know, he's not ideal on the pink. Would have liked to have been straighter. Makes the next red easier to get to.
Anything's missable if you're not focused, and of course you can lose position as well, but this is seriously a good chance to put the frame away where the reds are. And he showed his mettle in this frame. He played some good safety. It was a mature choice in the end to not take the blue on but lay the snooker, because that's what's opened the door to this frame.
Quite right. He could have took the blue on and missed it. It wasn't an easy shot. And that was certainly the percentage shot to play the snooker, and it paid dividend.
Yeah, he's trying to find the winning formula. I mean, he's won a lot of matches, Jack, last few years, but of course he wants the trophies as well to go with them. Anyway, this red, and he should have won frame one. Yeah, I was in Cheltenham last week, and I thought he played some brilliant snooker. It was his home tournament. I mean, he's from that area, the British Open, and he made a clearance against Sean Murphy that the first two shots, a long red and then a black, were just two of the best shots of the tournament, and they were played successively. But in the end, Mark Selby just had a little bit too much for him in a very tight quarter-final, 5-4. And this is the problem, you know, you've beaten one great player, you've probably got to beat 2 or 3 more to actually win a tournament. He's missed that one, but the frame is his, and it was that decision not to take the blue on and lay the snooker that has yielded the benefits. Elliot Slessor is going to come back to the table. It's frame 1, and he wants some table time, which is not the worst idea, because of course he's got less experience on the main table than his opponent. Plus a few here and just try and get his arm going, because most of what he's done so far has been safety. That means the first ball is actually potted.
Початок
The first one is actually
фрейму.
attempted. It's been widely shot out otherwise. Players rank where he is, between sort of 32 and 64, they're not making up the numbers. They're seriously good players. We've seen them win tournaments in the last few years, so you have to be on your mettle against them. And any one of them is capable of going on a run. We saw his good friend Gary Wilson, of course, win the Scottish Open last season. Well, I don't think he's conceded, so Lisowski's going to have to come back to the table here. Yeah. Still your turn, Jack.
Yeah, I think he thought he'd conceded, but I think it's just etiquette from Elliot. He just wants to not concede on his shot. Well, he's still playing on. And like you say, yeah, maybe he just wants to get used to the table. Not playing on the match table often.
He's won a few frames, though. I mean, him and Gary actually, they're known for playing on for snookers, and he has won frames where he's got a lot of snookers. So, you know, in his mind, this frame's still going on. He's not going to win it, you wouldn't think, obviously, but he's not just going to give it away either. That could be a concession, is it? The pink and left the red on. He's going back to his seat, but any even glimmer has now been extinguished. Wasn't much of a glimmer, frankly.
And this is what the old school players used to do, you know, David. Try and frustrate their opponent by playing on when it was kind of impossible. And it just frustrates your opponent sometimes because you start to think, well, why isn't he giving in? And he doesn't have to, does he?
So Slessor has potted a few, but of course it is Jack Lisowski's frame. And he played a pretty mature frame. He used that one yellow he went for. He got a bit fortunate that he didn't leave a red from it, but other than that, it's a good percentage snooker from Lisowski.
6, Elliot Slessor. Frame.
And he has won the opening frame. Best of 7 for a place in round 3 at this English Open. Jack Lisowski leads Elliot Slessor 1-0. Now then, we can show you what happened earlier on this morning. As I say, Mark Williams was in big trouble, 3-1 down to Zhao Guodong, but turned it round, made a century in the last frame. He's just playing so well. He's so dangerous, obviously, having won the British Open, just feeling great about things. Zhang Anda beat Anthony McGill 4-1, and he will play either Lisowski or Slessor in the last 32 round 3 here. A great win for Pakistan's Mohammad Asif as well against Fang Zhengyi, 4-3. And Fan was, in fact, a quarter-finalist last week at the British Open, so he's been playing good stuff. But Mohammad Asif got the win there in a decider. And Chris Wakelin, who won the shootout last season, of course, he beat Jamie Jones 4-1. So they were the morning matches. No doubt the man of the moment, of course, is Mark Williams. He just won the British Open. He turned it round this morning against Zhao Guodong. And after his match, he spoke once again to Alan McManus.
Mark, as ever, thanks for your time. That was one of the most unusual best-of-7 matches, I guess, you've ever played.
Yeah, it was a strange one. I mean, I was 3-1 down, and I couldn't believe I was 3-1 down. You know, the frame, he wanted to go 2 each. I've never seen anyone have so much run in my life. It was just incredible. And I went 3-1 down, but I stuck in there, and you know, made some good breaks as well. Finished off. I put an unbelievable red in the last frame. Didn't have much option. I thought, oh, I'll go for it. I like the thin cuts. And he's gone in and made a good 74 of it.
To be fair, I was watching it. That one where he snookered you down in the corner at the one when you were 50 on in front was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah, he kept getting, you know, really good snookers on me. Ones where, you know, they 50-50 to it, and I missed them. And then I left him a half-decent chance at the blue then. You know, if he pots the blue, the black's on the all, he wins 4-2, but he missed it. Gave me a lifeline, and I come back and made 2 good breaks.
Mark Selby looked quite tired yesterday, understandably. He had 2 long matches. How's the energy levels with yourself?
Fine, I'm still buzzing at the minute.
Well, you should be, yeah. Thanks again for your time, and have a good week going forward.
Free roll for me this week, and you know, that no one's expecting me to carry on for last week, but I'm still going. I'm just enjoying it.
That's the Willow way, isn't it?
Absolutely. Where there's a willow, there's a way.
Absolutely, there is.
T-shirt. Day 3 at Brentwood, the English Open, and it's 1-0 to Jack Lisowski against Elliot Slessor. Following the victory for Ronnie O'Sullivan over Jackson Page. Tonight we've got Judd Trump on the main table against Jimmy Robertson, and also Mark Allen against Matthew Selt. Yeah, Slessor didn't really have a look at anything in live play, did he? He was shut out until the end there, where he just potted a few to get his arm going.
Well, he was waving his hand as if to say the cue ball's drifting to the left. Played it full ball to try and leave the cue ball up dead on the black cushion. In the end, he's left a little tempter here to the yellow pocket. He could screw back for the black, wouldn't leave anything on if he should miss it. And he's thinking about the safety. that's where Jack was intending to play the cue ball. But it just travelled a little bit too far and allowed Elliot to see that red. This looks good. Another very good safety. He didn't play in behind the brown, but he found the line of the shot. And that was the side of the table to get the cue ball to. So again, got to be careful here. If he comes off the right side cushion, try and land up to the reds behind the pink. He could leave a red on if he doesn't get that right.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
Dangerous shot, this. I think he's going to leave a red on here.
So again, good safety from Lisowski. He's not an opening.
Could have played for the black, but he knew that if he played for the black goes back onto its spot and becomes unavailable. So I'm trying to get rid of that red by the black spot first. Make break building a lot easier.
Looks highly focused today. We've seen it in his shot selection. These are the moments where, having earned the chance, you have to keep that concentration. It seems harder for the sort of really naturally gifted players because they're just so good. They're so used to knocking everything in, but of course in a match environment, pressure comes on. You have to make sure of every ball. Just have an image though, Joe, of our own Alan McManus purring with delight when he played that snooker off the blue behind the brown in frame one. That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it should. You know, that he's up for this and he's willing to play the safety rather than the pot. And I've been surprised by a couple of shots that he's played. He refused a red to the yellow pocket, which I'm sure he would have took on a year or so ago. But played the safety and trying to keep in control of this game. And as you say, he's earned the chance, and now he's just got to stay focused. And it's that little bit in between where you don't want to be too focused, but you've got to be absolutely focused that you don't miss an easy ball after making the chance. Don't want to try too hard. Got to let things flow. And that's just what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. He's playing to a nice tempo, isn't he? Not running around the table, but he's certainly not prevaricating either. But he's just giving himself the right amount of time for these shots.
don't need to touch those 4 reds just below the pink. You can win the frame with the loose reds.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
Just hasn't pulled the cue ball back far enough this time. So this isn't guaranteed, this red. Nicely played, never touch the sides.
Red needed then after this green with the colour.
And I think he took them well, David. He's had one chance and he's done the business. Made a 46 break in the last frame, but it was a winning 46. Oh, he's missed the red though, and that's just what we were talking about. Stay focused right to the end. And he's given Elliot Slessor just that ray of hope.
Well, the one ball you got to make sure of is frame ball, which that effectively was. He was on the black. Bit of a stretch, yes, but it's an unexpected mistake, you've got to say.
Also worth mentioning that he played it right-handed. And for frame ball, surely it's worth getting the rest out. And these are the kind of things that can turn matches. You know, he was in full control, looking like he was going to go 2-0 up. He's given Elliot a little sniff here. What can he do? There is a red that will go to the right middle. Maybe a possible plant there as well. We'll see in a moment or two. And where the cue ball is, I don't think he's got any option but to try and disturb them. Played it well. So these 3 reds all go, and it's going to come down to that red on the left side cushion, you would think. Didn't quite get straight enough on that red. I think his plan was to leave that red by the pink spot and try and bring that red off the side cushion with that red. And it's a change of plan. I might just be able to leave an angle on the pink to try and bring that red into play. Somewhere around about there, I was thinking. Jack is just wondering if that silly mistake is going to cost him. Well, he hasn't finished the right side of the pink. That's a slight mistake, that, from Elliot. Could play for the double. Looks like he's playing with topspin now to try and bring the red off the cushion. Just not enough right-hand side on the cue ball.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
But he's right back in the game now, Elliot Slessor. He's got his man snookered. And got to be careful here. Free ball is on if he misses it. He could go back, but he might be tempted to take this red on.
There's a chance, all right, for Slessor. In a frame he looked certain to lose. Starts with a good pot, and then everything's on.
Yeah, good pot as well. Played it well. Nicely on the yellow.
Yeah, he really struck that with confidence, didn't he? So, it's in his hands to steal this frame. Jack Lisowski had effectively framed ball. Looking really good up to that point.
Not ideal on the yellow from where he was a moment ago. To leave himself with this difficult yellow now with the rest wasn't good. What a let-off. Now, can Jack see the yellow? I think he can. He'll be kicking himself there, Elliot Slessor.
Well, he's sort of giving a thumbs up to the yellow as if it's got the nerve to be on, but I mean, he missed it. He lost position, ideal position. No one's fault but his own. Still needs the green.
It gets tougher, doesn't it? It really does. He should pop this though. Just needs the green, as David said. Doesn't need to play for the brown. Just make sure of the green. And look at that. Just shows you how hard it can be sometimes to win frames. Couldn't miss a ball a moment ago. And now he's played a poor positional shot from yellow to green and played a poor green.
Slessor was looking furious in his seat. Well, this cue ball's running, so this brown is not in yet either. Got the rest out again.
Well, if he's going to play for the blue here, he's got to play this so slow. And that's going to take nerve. That's an excellent shot. Excellent shot, because the brown was going to be over the pocket had he missed that. Nicely played. So, what a strange frame this has been.
Well, he thought he'd lost it clearly when he left the yellow on. He could have lost it a long time before then. But Jack Lisowski looked back with great regret. A, that he didn't kill it off first time, then on the yellow, left himself that green that he missed. And Slessor has finally taken out, in the end, a good clearance. It was a good brown, wasn't it? So, from a ball from going 2-0 down, he has salvaged the frame, and we're all square at one each. You, of course, he beat Sean Murphy 4-3 in the last round, and he's 3-1 up here, and not too far away, is he? He's 32 in front, 25 on, so a couple of snookers needed. Maybe another good win. Joe O'Connor, semi-finalist last season in the Players' Championship, runner-up in the Scottish Open. Tough player to beat. But it looks like he has been beaten there, unless he can somehow turn this frame round and then stage a full-scale recovery. And table 4, they're just getting underway there. Dylan Emery and Oliver Brown. Now the winner there plays Mark Williams, so a big carrot for whoever comes through. Two newer players, Dylan Emery, fellow Welshman of
Так,
Williams.
початок
The result there on that table, by the way,
другого
Jensen
фрейма.
Kendrick beat Lucas Kleckers 4-1. A lot of K's involved there. All these matches available on Discovery Plus. So it's 1-1. It should have been 2-0 to Jack Lisowski, and it's another frame where he was sort of sailing to the winning line and couldn't close it out. And he had another go later on when Slessor left the yellow, but good little dish from Slessor. That'll make him feel good, because when he left that yellow on, he looked furious, but he got the chance, he took it well, and we're all square.
Yeah, Jack was going so well, wasn't he? He was in full control, actually, until he played that frame ball red, which effectively was frame ball red because it was bang on the black, till he played that red right-handed. And then he didn't play many good shots after that. Now that attempted long red from Elliot there has left another chance here. Jack Lisowski. Try and forget all about that last frame.
Yeah, and that's what you have to try and do, obviously, is just park what's happened, and that's one of the great tests when you've lost a frame you really should have won. You can't change the past, that's a simple fact.
Yes, it is, but it's so hard to forget, because it means so much. And that's a poor positional shot. Okay, it's on the red to the right corner, if it's not on the red to the middle. But he's overhit that by a good 6 inches. And a little nod to himself. Time to refocus. Forget about that last frame if you can. Choices to make. He could leave an angle on the black here to open those reds up, and we could play for that red next to the blue. Knowing Jack, he could try and leave an angle, but that's not the angle he wants. I don't think he's got any choice now but to play a deep screw for that red by the blue. Played it well. Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball. Get down for this red. Now does he play for the blue or the black here? It's the black. He's a big bounce. Another poor positional shot, you're going to say. That's a good recovery though. Still Nothing easy. Another good recovery. Looks like he's forgotten about that last frame. Nice angle on the black to try and stun across for that red to the left of the black.
Так, початок
Now,
другого
if you can
фрейма.
leave an angle here on the black to go into the reds, he's got the insurance of those two reds above the black. This is an important shot. Try and stay low on the black or high, whichever he chooses. And that's just about perfect. Now the secret here is not to hit them too hard. You'll be guaranteed to be on those two reds then. He missed the red. He caught the red that he wanted to be on. That was again a poor shot. Look at, he's hit the wrong red. He hit them at the right speed.
Well, of course, Sullivan by now won his match in 49 minutes. Looking at a plan here to keep this going.
Yeah, nicely played. He's not afraid of going for his shots, is he, Jack Lisowski? There's distance between these two balls, had to be made slightly.
Yeah, it's been a pretty adventurous 46 so far, isn't it? But he's kept it going.
And choice of pink or blue. Blue looks to be the more difficult shot to me. Lots of right-hand side on the cue ball to come down for this red to the right corner. Played it well. Deep concentration. Make sure of the pot. You're going to be on the black.
Well, we're sort of approaching where we were in the last frame, which is Lisowski getting towards the point where you're going to win it. So this is again where absolute focus needed. He's got over a lot of hurdles already in this break.
Anything but short there. If he's too hard, he's on the red above this red he's taking on. Yep, well played. He had no idea really what was happening to the cue ball there. But it's finished okay.
So after all that, he needs one more red to win the frame. A rather unconventional break, I think it's fair to say, but they've been going in, and ultimately that's all that matters. And that one's in, so it should be 2-1.
Yeah, he's done well here, really, Jack Lisowski, because it must have hurt that last frame. And a few shots that he played told me that he was still hurting, but he managed to pot them. And now he's got his mojo back. Nothing much that Elliot Slessor could have done here. He attempted the long red, didn't he? Missed it by a distance, left a relatively easy shot to the middle for Jack Lisowski. He's worked them well since then.
Yeah, it was pretty thrilling stuff, that break, wasn't it? Edge of your seat stuff. 76 from Jack Lisowski, and in about 7.5 minutes he's run through that frame, and despite his problems in the last, he does now lead 2-1.
Well here. There's not many people that could play that kind of shot forcing that cue ball through the reds. The blue wasn't a gimme either. That's a good pot, you know. He was leaving the frame on, had he missed that one. Finished up making 46 in that frame. And this is the red that he missed, playing it right-handed, look. He only needed that red and the black to follow. There's a little smile to himself, but that hurts. And Elliot Slessor, he played a really good safety here. Snooker in Jack Lisowski.
Так, початок.
Eventually just missed this red, by the way. How do you come off 2 cushions there and hit the yellow? But this is the poor positional shot from Elliot Slessor. Left himself with a difficult yellow. Not too bad for a right-handed player, but he needs the rest. And when he missed this yellow, well, he couldn't hide his emotions, could he? Like, thank you, yellow. Leaving it right over the pocket. How dare it.
Well, if it goes in the pocket, you can't leave it.
This was a very good shot from Elliot. Playing the brown as slow as he did to finish on the blue. And he missed the brown, it would have been right over the pocket. So this thin black here, this was a difficult pot, this. But he played into the reds as well. Very brave shot to play. Another one that went, well, it went wrong, but he was left a possible plant, and he didn't hesitate 1 second about taking it on. And this blue was another really good shot that he played with a lot of right-hand side. There's the plant. Not afraid to go for his shots, and that's what we like about him. Another loads of topspin on the cue ball there on right-hand side to try and get back onto the black, which he managed to do.
So Elliot Slessor won a black ball frame to level at 1 each, but then Jack Lisowski ran through the next with that extraordinary 76 break to lead 2-1. That's the score here in Brentwood this afternoon. Lu Hong-yu, by the way, who beat Sean Murphy in the last round, has beaten Joe O'Connor 4-1 to continue his progress. Joe Long has moved to 3-2 up on Andrew Higginson, and he's well in front in the next as well, so not too far away from wrapping up victory there. And Jensen Kendrick's beaten Lucas Kleckers 4-1.
And that's what you call years of practice. Leaving the cue ball in the jaws of that pocket. Could so easily have gone in, and it could have been end of frame. Well, he's looking to see if he can leave the cue ball in the jaws of the yellow pocket and hide that red into the right middle. But it's a risky shot to play this if he plays it. Yeah, thought twice about playing the shot. He didn't play that. Didn't intend that to happen. In fact, he'd have preferred it not to have gone in.
Lisowski.
Now, can he get this cue ball in behind the yellow and green? Not sure if he can hit the red just above the pink, to the right of the pink. If he can hit that thin enough. He's had a look at it. Got some real thin shot to play.
Так, початок
So just back to
другого фрейма.
the cushion again. He's got to miss the brown here. Well, he's left a possible chance, I think. Maybe not. Not an easy shot to play if you can see it. No guarantee of being on a colour, and plenty of risk if he misses it. Can leave the frame on. Big shot, big risk, big risk. It's a good pot. And if the blue goes, it fully deserves to be on it.
Yeah, so this is the first time really he's had an early chance at a frame to get going. He's got a couple of wins on TV against Ronnie O'Sullivan. In one of them in China, O'Sullivan made a maximum. As I say, he got to the Crucible again last season. I would say he would have enjoyed that more than his first appearance because that was during COVID, so there was no crowd at all. So you've worked all these years to get to the Crucible, and for to be no fans must have been an eerie experience, but he got there again last season and ran Gary Wilson very close. 10-8 it was in round one. What's happened recently is the British Open points from 2 years ago come off his total on the 2-year system, and he got to the semis there, so it was quite a lot of points coming off, which has just pushed him down the list a little bit. But of course, if you're winning matches, points are going back on.
And that was a lovely little cannon he played there. And this frame is now in his hands, leaving a nice angle on the black to be able to manoeuvre the cue ball to the next red. That's where you want to be, just about there. You can get anywhere from the black now.
scores there was for Zhou Yulong, who's just beaten Andrew Higginson 4-2. And that makes way for a really interesting match, I think, between Ali Carter and Liam Pullen, who's a new professional. And several young British players trying to make their way. We saw Stan Moody the other day. So it's going to be youthful experience next on table 2.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
Easy enough to get good position from this black. Just making absolutely sure where he wants his cue ball. Elliot's down at 58 in the world, and he plays a better game than that. Certainly a top 32 player. But you've got to do it on the table. And it's just the odd shot here and there that can stop you winning matches, and that stops you climbing the rankings. So now needs another good recovery shot on the blue.
Yeah, I mean, it almost feels like throwing ball. This is not mathematically, but if he gets it, surely there's enough there to take to make it 2 each. Quite coolly done.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him in this match, but also been impressed with him over the years. And it's his day, he can beat anybody. Just got to do it consistently, because that's the way to get into the top 16, win tournaments. And these players can make century breaks. Most of them have made maximums. But you've got to do it out there. And so far in this frame, Elliot's doing that.
.62 in front, so this red, not only to win the frame, but to win it in one visit with his highest break of the day, make it feel good. He's very much competing in this match.
Yeah, and started with that good red to the middle from being close to the border cushion.
Well, he has come unstuck, but thankfully only his logo.
Good job it didn't drop onto a ball.
Well, funny you should say that actually, Joe, because I was talking to, this is a niche point you've raised here, but I was talking to a referee about this, and apparently that logo, because it's been stuck on by the tournament, because it's the sponsor, if it touched the ball, it wouldn't be a foul. But if one of his personal ones did, it would be. So there's a very important differential there.
Yeah. And that's something I didn't know, and I'm sure a lot of the viewers didn't.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
If the logo's been put on by the tournament, i.e. the sponsor, it wouldn't be a foul, but one of his own would be. So let's hope his own ones are stuck down properly. It might be sewn on, actually. Yeah, if it's still on the shirt when it touches the ball, then that's a foul. But if it drops off, it wouldn't be. Anyway, that's all behind us now, so he can concentrate on trying to make a century.
It's not going to be easy. And he's got the angle to bring that red by the pink into play. And dropping behind the one on the cushion. Made 10 centuries last season, made 2 this season so far. And this would help. Little Callan here, half ball on the red, leaves it on.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
Next one will be good. Wait for it, wait for it. Get in there.
Shot of the day from Elliot Slessor.
What a shot. Come on, we've got to see the century now. Oh, what a shame.
Well, nonetheless, a very good 90, and this has become an excellent match now. Elliot Slessor hitting back with the highest break of the contest so far. We're all square at 2-2. Yeah, of course, another very busy day here. Lots to keep on top of. Ronnie O'Sullivan, free-flowing match. I mean, I think we all thought it would be an open game, but with 4 centuries, O'Sullivan had 3, 4-1, 49 minutes it took. Joey Long has beaten Andrew Higginson 4-2. He'll play Sanderson Lamb now, of course, has already beaten Neil Robertson in this event. Lou Hong Yu's already knocked out Sean Murphy. He's now beaten Joe O'Connor 4-1. And Jensen Kendrick in the qualifying, he hadn't won a match all season. He beat Stuart Bingham in the qualifying. He's now beaten Lucas Kleckers 4-1. So, been a slow start to the season for him, but things picking up in this English Open. Now then, our old pal Fergal O'Brien getting underway here against C. Joe. We had a good time last week at the British Open, Fergal, and of course C. Joe also in that tournament beat Neil Robertson. He was a semi-finalist, as everyone knows, at the World Championship. All these matches live on Discovery Plus. This is something of a contrast in styles, I think it's fair to say. And indeed, of course, the experience range as well. Fergal now to his 50s, C. Joe Weed is 21. He's at the table in this frame, and obviously he wants to keep the game as open as he can, because O'Brien just a masterful match player. So that's table 3. And table 4, Dylan Emery and Oliver Brown. Oliver Brown has won the opening frame there. The winner will play Mark Williams, who of course came through from 3-1 down to beat Zhao Guidong 4-3 earlier. Yeah, good to see some newer faces as well here. Dylan Emery on the 2nd year of his card. And he did pretty well in the first year, won a lot of first-round matches, which of course makes a difference for your ranking and indeed your bank balance, because there's no prize money in round 1. So all these matches continue on Discovery Plus. Good match this. Elliot Slessor has made a 90 in that last frame. So this is still on a knife edge, playing for a place in round 3 of the English Open, here in Brentwood.
Lisowski.
They are in the little section that includes Ronnie O'Sullivan. The winner will play Zhang Anda, and Ronnie will have to beat either C. Joe Wee or Fergal O'Brien. Meantime, not great from Lisowski.
No, sometimes you can almost tell what the player's thinking by the break-off. And that good break in the last frame from Elliot Slessor, that 90 break, could have just affected him. You know, you have to play one bad shot, it could be end of frame. Great cue ball. Look at the cue ball there. Screwing the cue ball back to the baulk area. Finishing nicely on the blue. Could take the brown. I expect he'll take the blue. Try and get the blue back on its spot. Makes the break building easier.
Початок другого фрейму.
Lots of left-hand side on the cue ball to try and bring it down for these reds just by the black. I'm sure he attempted to play for the red next to the black, but he's the only one above it. So, and again with a good chance here.
Such a good competitor, I think. I mean, we've seen him sometimes get on his own case a bit, but clearly just lives every shot. But he's got a lot of determination, which he showed us in that last frame.
He could decide to go into the reds here. He'd finish on that red just above the black if it doesn't hit them too hard. Just overhit it slightly, but he's knocked another 2 or 3 reds out. So again, maybe try and just go into those reds down above the black. Also play it with a little bit of screw this time. Bring the red out, and bring the cue ball out. He didn't play it with enough screw, so he's still on the red. Work to do with the positional side of the shot. Left-handed makes the difference. Enough loose reds now to win the frame at this visit. And that's the way to pay for a poor break-off. Yeah, just under hit that one as he's approaching the winning line. Just a little bit of nerves maybe on that last shot. Wanted to finish straight on this red to the middle. I think he's taking it to the corner. Good recovery though. Back in prime position.
Well, he's got a good look about him now, Slessor. So they've one more red here. And there's a big break on as well. That's the other thing. You can keep going.
Початок другого фрейму.
But this is the ball, and it's been 2 excellent frames. Jack Lisowski, though, paid the price dearly for that break-off shot.
He might decide to go into them here. Try and get that big break that we mentioned, David. Good play for the loose red, of course, but it's an ideal position to go into that. Frame 1, why not?
Well, 140 is the highest break of the tournament so far. It's 5,000 to whoever makes the highest by the end of the week. Well, he's been in the zone for 2 frames. This is impressive. And this bears out what we were saying earlier, you know, the players who are sort of in the middle ranks, they're all very, very good. They're all capable of coming out and doing something like this.
84.
Nice angle on the black to try and disturb those reds. Should have made 100 in the last frame after fluking that last red. Very impressive. And he's on one. So he needs to play down for the black here if he can get to it. Just working out what the highest break is, asking the referee.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the referee's job to know, actually. You know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but it's not their job to keep on top of it.
Down for the black. Looks good. Slows down a little. Speeds up now. This is going to take a good shot. The green not on its spot, so it might make things a little easier. Good pot. A little bit harder would be nice. This is a test of cueing.
It's red for a century. Regardless, it's been 2 excellent frames from Slessor. It's not there. I was always heading for that jaw, but as I say, 2 great frames, 90 and 99. He's doing the heavy hitting, and Jack Lisowski, who was looking a good thing earlier in this match, is suddenly in trouble. Slessor leads 3-2. Of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan was successful earlier on against Jackson Page. Didn't last very long, that match. 3 centuries from O'Sullivan, 1 from Page himself. Free-flowing stuff. And afterwards, Ronnie O'Sullivan chatted about the match to Alan McManus.
Tell us more about your recent trip to Macau. You met a guy who's quite a big lad, didn't you? Who was it?
Shaq O'Neal, yeah.
Shaq
O'Neal. I love him, you know. You see some of his clips on YouTube, he's just so funny, and you know. And
The yellow and brown. Played the double and in behind the yellow and brown. Oh, that's a terrible shot. Don't miss the snooker there. Just little shots like that. And when your opponent off the hook, you got him stone cold, and then you miss that easy snooker.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
He's got a good cue ball, but he also sent a red towards that left corner. Oh, he was a long way off that one. Because he missed it so thin, the cue ball went towards the reds. And now it's in Elliot's hands, this frame of match. A lot to do. Pink down the table, black. Unavailable at the moment. Right to the back corner, looks easier. He cued it so well, didn't he? Oh, output. Could have been kind of, he's on a red, but it's difficult to get to a colour from it. I have to play this with deep screw and try and screw off the other red next to the red he's playing on. Happy with that. Only got the blue to play with, really. Part of the high colours.
Початок другого фрейму.
Again, just under hit it. And he's hit it by such a distance that it's pretty good for the corner. And it might just below the pink spot that will go from that position.
It's a bit odd graph, isn't it, for just 22 points, but still going. It's just so awkward when the big colours are not available.
The last few shots, Elliot's thinking at the moment, how he's feeling. Trying not to leave any easy chances. Still in this match. Good pot. And that's okay. It's landed good. Tough table though. It can all change if you can get the right side of the blue. Play cannon to these 4 reds to the right of the black. So I've got the choice to play the cannon to those reds, play for that loose red that he's just pointing at. Maybe this time. Needs a bit of luck. He does go into them. Nothing easy. Another good recovery. Not quite the right side of the blue. This blue takes me into the lead. Maybe a possible plant there that I didn't play as a shot to nothing. Well, good cue ball, good finish.
Yeah, it was a tough table for both. So they've each got in, and it's just 3 points in it. Lisowski trying to take us to a decider. Slessor's already had one chance, but as I say, it wasn't straightforward to get over the line into the next round.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
What a double kiss that was. Behind the yellow. Played the pot. There's a shot to nothing. This little kiss on the brown. Did him a right favour. I'm pretty sure I didn't play to hit those two reds. Well, maybe it did, but it was a great escape. No doubt about that. Has left a red to the middle, but difficult to get to a colour from it. This red has gone to the corner. This a little bit easier. If he's on the red to the right corner, that's a great positional shot. And once again, difficult to get to a colour from it. Great pot, great position, tremendous cue by.
Yes, we'd have to work it here, obviously. Black and pink not in range of the reds.
Difficult to win frame and match at this visit. Pounds now. He's building a nice lead. Brown on the cushion. He's going to need both of these reds. He's going to win the match at this visit. It would help if that red next to the black went to the left corner.
так, початок другого фрейму.
Attempting to bring it into play. I think he'd been tempted to drop it behind that red nearest the white corner. Pop the red, push your colour safe. That was a very attacking shot to play. Could have won on the frame of match had he developed the red.
Well, he's in a good position here, 25 in front, with some balls awkward. Most notably the brown, of course.
It's brought the black into play. So only one safe ball now, the brown. Good safety from Elliot Slessor there, pushing the red safe.
Ooh, that was a bit close for comfort.
Closer than what he wanted for sure.
Yeah, and 4 points, you know, in this scenario could make a difference. But anyway, the cue ball hung on.
Chance here of getting the cue ball in behind the yellow. It didn't look quite on. Very risky to take this rhythm he's looking at.
початок другого фрейму.
How close was that? But he's got it safe. Anxious moments these for both players. The crowd absolutely enthralled in it.
And that could have been it. If he leaves the red on with the lead Slessor's got, it probably would have been over. So it was high risk, but got away with it.
He's got to play the other red. As this one he's looking at, he could leave this red on next to the green. Careful.
Top stars in action.
Again, I'm surprised he played that red, bringing the red off the cushion. Elliot Slessor needed both reds, and that red was safe. Dare he take it on? He's just got past the middle pocket.
Who's going to blink first in this standoff? Feels bigger, of course, for that man because he's 3-2 down and trailing in the frame as well. No chance really is all Slessor needs, you feel here. 25 in front with the last two reds.
Elliot doesn't want to leave any kind of a pot for Lisowski. He knows he'll probably take it on. And he's hit that a little bit too thick. He's playing it thinner than that, I feel sure. But this isn't an easy pot. It's one I think he'll go for. But got to go in. Good pot. And that couldn't have worked out much better. He's perfect on the pink to drop in behind this last red. you play it left-handed,
Так,
sorry,
початок
right-handed,
другого фрейму.
right-handed it is. Well, it cost him the second frame, playing it right-handed, so is it going to cost him the match?
Yeah, and he could have got better on it as well. That's the other thing. 18 in front then, Slessor.
Nerves are playing a part.
Well, they just needed really blue and yellow in addition to the red. But the red is not in. Time half an hour, longest of the match. Oh. You were saying, Joe?
It's incredible, isn't it? That's what nerves do. Although, as far as Jack's concerned, he was trying to get the right side of the blue. Pinched a bit on the pocket, too much. So another chance for Elliot Slessor. It's going to have to be easier than that. Wow. Well, this is a chance, you've got to say.
It's probably the hardest of the four pots attempts we've seen at the red. There's all sorts of reaction, isn't there, from the audience?
This is what we like to see, though.
One woman there, she couldn't believe the red is still on the table.
Will he ever go at this? So he's got a head on the safety. He's been fortunate there. It's run safe. Is he thinking of taking it on? Well, that's done Elliot a favour, pushing the pink safe. And he's got away with it again. Lisowski.
He did seem to play that one a little quickly. But the nerves are in the air, aren't they? You can feel them, the tension in that arena. It's frame now 33 minutes and counting. It's finished okay, actually. He thought he'd maybe given it away there.
Yeah, you can always tell when a player kind of blames something else. He's up quick, waving his arms about. attempt at the pot
Так,
there.
початок другого фрейму.
And that's a pretty good safety. Elliot doesn't want to bring the brown into play, but I don't think he's got any choice here. Done well. And there should be a big distance between balls this time. And it would have got that cue ball closer to this black cushion than that. Couldn't have hit that one any better. Excellent safety. The green looks to be maybe in the way, coming this way. And a free ball.
Lisowski 4.
I'm surprised he's putting it back. He's got an easy blue. Could have left the blue to bring the red into play. Play snooker behind the green. Don't think he'll miss it this time. He needs a bit of luck.
Well, he's had a good look to see if Slessor can see the potting angle. Now Slessor's doing the same. 14 in front. Doesn't look happy, does he, Lisowski? The red just refuses to go down. I think it will now, though.
Yeah. Not straightforward though. Pink still difficult. The blue being where it is makes the brown a little bit easier. Should be playing for the green here. Leave the blue where it is.
Well, a rather ironic cheer with the red going in from the crowd.
No, wouldn't have played the blue. Because all he had to do was drop the brown in. He'd be on the blue. Now, he's got to get from brown to blue. And that's going to be difficult where the brown is.
6.
It can't keep happening.
Lisowski 6.
Pressure is unbelievable.
Well, of course, Slessor now does need the brown. That's the only good news here, but you can see Lisowski frustrated. Things have turned against him in a serious way. He should have been 2-0 up. That's where it started.
Well, again, that's a strange shot to play. You can't get to the brown from there. And he could have got that cue ball. With his cue power, he could have got it out of the balk area.
Yes, and of course the key thing to say is he doesn't just need the brown, he needs the blue as well. He needed the green
Ще
first.
тук
Do you
діло
know something,
фрейму.
David? That could have done him a favour, actually. Because if Lisowski plays for the brown and misses it, it could cost him dearly.
He did play for it, he's not on it. So here we go, the next battle is on this brown. Neither of them seem happy, do they? But one of them's going to win the frame, and if it's Slessor, he wins the match. 39 minutes, just coming up to 40.
It's an important ball, this brown, because if Lisowski can pot it, it would mean that Slessor would need the difficult pink. And here's a chance. Wait for it. Wait for it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And the thing about that, it was where he is in his seat, that was heading straight for Slessor. He would have had the perfect view of it, if there is such a thing. Well, it's been that sort of frame, really.
Play the snooker. Played it a bit quick. Should have been resting on the black, the cue ball there.
Yeah, it's been that sort of frame, Jack.
So now it's Lisowski who just needs one of these two balls. Can afford to miss it once. That's not bad, actually. The enough is in if he just takes the pink on naturally. Anybody's guess. It's going to run safe by the looks of it. Safe-ish. No, he's left it. It's a chance.
Well, I mean, it was running. It could have finished anywhere, couldn't it? Could have gone in a pocket. But Jack Lisowski, after all that, needs the pink to take us to a decider. And in it goes. What an extraordinary frame. And, well, Slessor showed his frustration there, hasn't he, at the end?
Great pot. Great pot. Mm.
30.
Think again. Easy shot. But that was certainly...
A bit too much for him in a very tight quarter-final, 5-4. And this is the... He's missed that one, but the frame is his. He's been wildly shut out otherwise. Win the Scottish Open last season.
Possible. And it just frustrates your opponents.
15.
Leave a red from it, but other than that, It's good percentage snooker from Lisowski.
Так, початок другого фрейму.
He's willing to play the safety rather than the pot. And I've been surprised, but you've got to be absolutely focused that you don't miss an easy ball after making.
48.
The colour.
Oh, he's missed the red though. And that's just what we were. Played it. Top spin now to try and bring the. Just
Good up to that point.
for the brown. Let's make sure of the green. And look at that. That's an excellent shot.
Lost it a long time before then. But Jack Lisowski,
18.
Tivoli was frame ball red because it was bang on the black. Till he played that red. Knowing Jack. It's the black. Who chooses.
13.
And that's just. Yeah, nicely played. He's not. Lots of. And a few shots that he played. Oh, nothing sent.
yeah, it was
It's a good pot.
years to get to the crucible, and
And this frame is now in his hands.
several young British players trying to make their way.
Where he wants his cue ball. Yeah, and started with that.
The sponsor, it wouldn't be a foul, but one of his own would be. So let's hope.
It's not going to be easy.
76.
Made 10 centuries. Wait for it. Wait for it. Get in there.
Shot of the day.
Oh, what a shame. Great cue. Look at it.
7. 50.
If it doesn't hit them too hard.
Sixteen. 77.
Something like this.
84.
Played down for the black. It looks good.
It's not there. It was always.
Just a long way. Very cute. It's so. Good pot.
Початок.
Well, rather ironic. The thing to say is he doesn't just need the brown. Well, he needs. It's the pink to take us to a decider. And in it goes.
Good pot. Cracking pot. Great pot. So he's a little heavy.
Ooh.
That was very risky to play.
Sean Murphy with a thrilling clearance in the decider.
No. Oof. Where they're going to fit.
He's hoping for a late twist here. It's going to have to come in the next. It got nervy. And there's the handshake. Lisowski very.